Good morning. This is the third and final set of our Aegis games of week 2. This is the group set, so Anymore, Morpiece, and I are in the call, playing against Castaways, which is Samson, Juju, and I think Greg at the time. Yeah, so we'll be doing Anymore's lineup, which is different from the lineup you've seen for the last two things. Yeah, I'm going to have the call audio muted for the first game. This is because the microphone and the audio is a bit wacky. My microphone and my microphone setup wasn't very good, and my fan gets quite loud when I'm recording and looking at the Discord stream and having the Google Sheet open and looking at the deck lists, especially since all of those are in Google Chrome. And so you might hear like background noise. My microphone, when we do have my audio, which will be around from the second game onwards, will be lower, and hopefully this works, but just be wary. Any more deck lists are different from mine.
Banning the Seraphine.
And I should keep track of the hand as well.
Yeah.
Alright, wait, what did they ban? Pan.
So that second voice is Morpiece, that first one was Anymore.
Make a range, free floor.
For the people that aren't Anymore and Morpiece watching this.
That's fine. Only 2 Swain, 2 Leviathan. Interesting.
This is the noise I want to avoid, which is why I'm going to mute it
one
at the
start. They have one Arachnoid Center.
So it'll be Ezreal Seraphine versus, from memory, Jax Vayne. And yeah, so we've got 3 of us working on this, which means our decisions will be taking a long time. Time ends up being pretty important, and we will be making a fair few misplays, a fair few of them also due to time. From memory here, we decide that this hand is pretty good against Jax Vayne, wherein we want Flock to be able to kill Vayne on 3. And Seraphine is very important to win condition, and Mystic Shots just go against like Jax and stuff, right? From memory, we decide to keep this hand. Yeah, I might turn the audio on. I realize that they're definitely going to have better thoughts than I will. Yeah, and hopefully the okay. They don't run too bad.
Yeah, they literally don't run anything. Okay, just pass.
And you might hear like alt tabbing noises or something.
Can't do anything.
Oh, immediate Jax.
Yeah, so the line is to just Mystic here, and then we pass next turn.
I'll be pretty quiet in the audio for what it's worth. I think this Mystic Shot is very good, considering just like we do want to mitigate pressure, because I want condition ends up being
some damage, but it's fine.
Bar and Seraphine.
We could play Seraphine. Honestly, I do like playing. I like Seraphine on the basis if they play Vayne, because if we kill Vayne on 3, we're kind of in a very favorable spot.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is an interesting choice, whether we Seraphine or pass for Arachnoid Sentry. If we pass, there's a good chance they pass back. And so we might want to develop Seraphine, considering we can also Blade's Edge and Flock the Seraphine, right? Like, at least we're still developing the unit. We get to see what Seraphine gives us. We can use this stun as a stun that we can use for later. So it's not a bad choice. I don't know if it will end up being the correct choice based on how the game actually ends up playing out. But at the time, we decided to do these 3 cards at the start of the game.
So we just Blade's Edge Flock it if the Vayne comes down?
Yeah.
And spoilers, the Vayne comes down. Base them into doing it, right? Because now we've got a very specific game. And they can't justify not playing Vayne or something. My microphone's going to sound very weird.
I think so. Like, because they always just want to play Vayne, right?
Yeah.
Because
and if we're slowing it down, it actually gets really bad for us, because our stuff of like trying to kill their other units is really awkward.
Yeah, and when I was playing this against you, right, like if you passed on this, I would probably end up passing. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that the reason my microphone sounds weird is not only is it lower and competing with the fan. Right now, I've made it so that my microphone records in mono. Before, it was recording in stereo. My microphone is probably too cheap to justify recording in stereo. So now it's in mono just to help with audio quality. And I'm exactly. So I can't let you play a 3-2 for free.
I mean, this already allows us to be a bit ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good.
Queen.
The fan noise is driving me insane. Hopefully it won't be too bad for you guys when you're listening. They you play Combat Cook here. Now, one of the best ways that a Demacia deck can beat this Noxus deck is through the tough keyword, right? Like, tough is really, really powerful against any Mars deck. And by any Mars deck, I mean, like, OCE's lineup.
So are we thinking about just centering here?
That's what I think probably is the best play.
I like that. And then, are we open passing next turn if that's the case?
Most likely. I mean, our hand doesn't really.
Yeah, I've made my audio very quiet just to make the fan noise as low as possible. Sorry for that. Okay. The Discords are kind of brick. Hopefully you can tell, by the way, when I'm speaking and like past me is speaking from like within the conversation.
I'm thinking if we want to take
trade
this,
it
I don't
off.
think so. Yeah. I don't think so. That doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Just because like this else.
The tough keyword's really good for him.
Yeah.
Now this block is interesting. From memory, we don't decide to take it, but there's honestly arguments either way.
Are you fine with leaving this go, or?
I think in the end it was correct to actually block this. I think this ends up doing
probably is okay. Like we don't really have good options. Yeah.
Like if they play Vayne, we might be forced into confronting it. The reason we don't, or the reason I'm arguing here on my very quiet
We've got
voice,
no other units that will be able to block this 5/3 later.
The reason I argue in my quiet voice is just because we might want to use confront to kill something if there's like a really high power threat. I don't know if I agree with that in the end. I think maybe blocking might have been better, but there was just a fear of like we have no way to kill Vayne in certain hands.
Unless we're trading off Sarah. Yeah.
Sadly.
We
really don't. Yeah. But we can't afford doing anything early right now. I think.
Tracking each other, right?
Is this the one that removes the...
No, it's just tracking each other. Yeah, because Seraphine's one.
Yeah, that was a really stupid question from my end. I will mention that I do say a lot of stupid questions.
Yeah. I think we play our other Seraphine now. It's just like kind of awkward what we're doing.
We don't really have good plays.
Vayne?
Yeah, if they Vayne, we're happy with that.
Yeah.
So they might not. So we're doing the Seraphine, right?
We don't, yeah. But like, I think we still.
I think that's still fine. Oh.
Now this spatula
becomes
a really important
or a weapon.
Pretty alright.
I'm sorry for the bird. I don't know where the bird came from. So the spatula here is interesting. We can either summon the unit or we can equip the thing.
You might be right, actually.
So, yeah, because we get a weapon proc for Violet as well.
Yeah, so I mentioned.
So our Violet's online.
Now I said equip the 3/2.
Yeah, my bad. Shut up.
Morby says Violet.
Yeah, I do think this is actually
but any more equips the 3/2, which is what I said, but it ends up being more correct to equip the Seraphine. I wouldn't want to go against this guy. They've got a bigger unit than I do. I'm just pretending to be Samson the Martyr here, and I'm not enjoying myself as Samson the Martyr.
There is a consideration
for like another
Seraphine though.
Okay, so he's got another strike spell since he put something on the stack.
Yeah, we should.
That's the leftmost.
About that a bit more.
Single combat.
Because we need the Seraphine. That's fine. That's fine.
So that was a pretty big misplay, right? Like having 1 extra HP on the Seraphine really does help against this deck that doesn't actually run any stat increase spells from memory. It's literally just like single and fish fight. There's no like sharp sight, no catch, all that sort of nonsense. And there might have been a catch, but sometimes these decks have run catch. I don't really remember. And like putting it on the Arachnoid's entry does like make it better to block certain things, but that sort of doesn't matter as much. And definitely putting on the Seraphine was more important, especially since this was like second Seraphine, right? Like that second Seraphine is really important for trying to be like the Seraphine that we used to double all the spells with. This misplay will honestly be like really, really important, and you'll hear any more talking about this a lot.
I mean, Seraphine should have been always dying, regardless. There, right?
No, she would have had 6 HP.
Not necessarily. Because we could put the +2 on, right? And then it doesn't die.
Right.
And look, another tough enemy.
Holy fuck, he's only got tough shit.
Good point, Morpiece. He really does only have
is
tough
really-
shit.
This turn after they attack.
Yeah.
We're discording, I think, and then playing drum solo next turn.
Alright, I don't
Yeah,
think
the
I am-
reduction might be necessary. The reduction's probably necessary.
Yeah.
I'm
And
just
this
noticing
only
they're
gets
dealing
value.
14 damage this 12 damage this turn. Never mind, they're not
Yeah.
tumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah, tumble also costs 3
Yeah,
minus
but they
speeds.
are
You're
just
very, very
killing our
down.
blocker.
Yeah. Biggest misplay
Don't do that,
was
no.
not putting on the Seraphine. It's okay.
Mhm.
No, it's fine.
So we're doing this just to flow and drum solo, right? Like, if they're going to continue having these tough units, we just want to flow. Now here we've got two options. We can either do double drum solo or like bar plus drum solo. Double drum solo, if we draw like Hookmasters and like Flux and Disintegrates might be better, but summoning a unit and making it so that our stuff is cheaper is also a consideration. In the end, I do wonder if double drum solo was better, because I feel like we're still relying on a drum solo like good top deck to bail us out here, like a unit plus a unit, or a unit plus Disintegrate, and even then, like, they're just going to open attack on the next turn, considering they've got to have either units or spells in hand, right? Like, if they've got spells, they'll probably be able to trade in with us. If they've got units, they will be able to go wide enough. I do think double drum solo might have been more necessary, especially if we draw into a Seraphine, like third Seraphine or something, because we're in like a really bad position here right now. The only issue with double drum solo is if we don't draw any units, we're like very, very dead. But if we don't draw any units after bar into drum solo, I think we're also pretty dead, unless the bar gives us like a 1-mana unit. So I think here I might have preferred the double drum solo, but I'm not so sure.
Do we just bar drum solo?
Because I've not played this deck before, right? So I'm going to assume that any more and more pieces have a better understanding of what to do.
Fast into it. I'm not sure.
That's like, we can. It might be our best play, honestly. I don't think they have a scout, and then they can't even harpy, so
Yeah.
I think this is like our best line.
We have to try and
Um,
stabilize.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And this
I mean,
is-
it's sort of good. Helps with flow.
I just really like this. It allows like Seraphine as well.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
fuck! He better not hit scout here. That would be cringe.
Okay. Taking a while for it. It also has to pop off though, right?
Yeah.
Just sucks though, because we can't do anything this turn, and if they just open
Okay.
attack with Dural, we're just like
Okay, just
struggling quite
go.
hard. We do end up getting
That's really good.
decent
Unit?
draws, although,
Yeah.
like, again, what's Blade Edge doing that the
Sure.
other thing isn't? And while we're currently not dead on open, you'll see that we're very soon about to be dead.
Yikes.
Okay, so this is getting +1 to
It's becoming an 8. 7.
No, I'm wrong there. It actually becomes a
8-7.
7-6 because
If we
it
just
No,
Unequipped
unequipped
spells will
Dural.
plus 2 more during combat as well.
Well, they're just gonna tumble right now.
Just to clarify, like, the weapon they put on Dural earlier to kill our 3-2. So this only becomes a 7-6 because there's only 3 units with equipped. But I thought it was going to be a 8-7 because I thought Dural was still equipped.
yeah.
And they've obviously got the rally or the
Yeah,
free
our biggest misplay was not putting the special on the Seraphine. Played too fast. That's fine. That's my bad.
It's almost as if this is a team thing. It should be all of our bad combined.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. What
Okay,
that
it's
does
just
to
over.
people.
It is.
I
Yeah.
don't
it's
think
just
we
over.
block this though, right?
Don't block. Wait, just don't block.
So,
Are
like,
we able to kill it next?
Dural.
our out here is them not open attacking and then us magically finding a way to do block, Realm Solo, something at all, but it's not happening, and so we just concede here.
1, 2.
Yeah, Jarrell makes everything impossible.
Yeah, it's so hard. Yeah.
That's fine.
Ah, fuck.
So I will say, we didn't do this well, I think. Anymore had just lost 2 rounds, and I think was pretty tilted.
It's almost likely win.
And this might be relevant for our next round.
Listen
Okay.
is our best chance.
Only 2 speed.
We need.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
If you don't like the background
Yeah.
noise, by the way,
We
I just like
need
the audio.
we need Eye of the Dragon. We need Akshan. Those on it. We just need basically like all our units
Mm-hmm.
and Eye. Okay, Eye is something,
Eye.
but we need something to help proactivity and.
Don't worry, we're top decking Akshan here. That's
not
the
bad.
wrong champion. Fuck, my bad.
Damn it, more peace. If only you took the right champion.
It's like if they don't put enough pressure on and we find like Novify Absolver hands, it's not horrible, but.
Mhm.
Yeah, we just have to play Eye here.
Yep.
Now, we don't end up playing Ionian Tailstones for health pot. Ionian Tailstones for health pot, I think, was still the correct play.
It's a bit of worry.
Do we?
Are we supposed to help up that question?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Fuck. Yeah, we were.
And I'm not going to say this misplay
Yep.
cost us the game.
Slow it down.
But what I am saying is that Eniamore is coming off a few games of tilt, and these are very stressful games, and tough. And these decks are just really, really complicated, as is more complicated than Sivir Akshan, which is what I've been playing for the last like 2 rounds, right?
So we play Hookmaster here, right?
Yeah.
But I do think Eniamore, Morbius, and I have some really tight plays throughout the rest of the set. And while there are a lot of misplays that we make, I think there are a lot of really good plays that we make as well.
Nothing else, really.
Yeah, we take the pot of pain over the Fixum here just so we can block the 2-1 favorably. Which I think we do. No, we block the 3-2.
Can't
But
play health pot yet.
still, taking it was definitely worth it because with how we're going to block, we want to put the pot of pain on the eye right after the pot of pain.
We can't really do anything. We can actually. We can put the pain onto the Eye of the Dragon, and then that gets it out of flock range.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it just heals it, which is actually probably what we're gonna do, and then we can just health pot next turn.
Yep.
I really like.
And then we're doing
line of
this.
thinking.
Yep. That looks good to me.
Being able to justify an Eye of the Dragon block through Flock, because we've got the momentous choice, is really, really... It's a good place to be in, even for a 10 HP against a half aggro deck, right?
I'm gonna do this, pretend that I don't have a thing.
Are we supposed to?
No, you don't want to start healing now.
Okay. I mean, I know it's better on their turns, but okay.
So is it ever anything other than the 3-drop here?
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what am I momentusing? And if I'm just momentusing, am I fine to say I'm losing to make it rain flock? It's like my main consideration.
Make it rain flock. What?
Yeah, they run make it rain flock.
Then can we
No, but like, what's make it rain flock doing?
So, to explain what we're talking about here, right, like we've got 2 options. We can play the 3-3, develop a unit, get the landmark counting down, but it means that we lose to make it rain flock, right? Like they do flock, then we protect it, and then they do make it rain, and then we lose the Eye of the Dragon. And the Eye of the Dragon is pretty important for healing. What Eniamore is considering is just doing, I think momentous? To keep the Eye of the Dragon alive, get the thing, put it out of flock range, and then if they do the make it rain flock, then we can punish them by doing health potion. That's what he's thinking, like on the Eye of the Dragon. I still think if they had make it rain flock, That's like 2 cards out of their deck. Then we're still developing the 3/3 and we're doing decent things. We wouldn't use the health potion there, we would just let the Eye of the Dragon die. So I think we made the correct choice by playing the 3/3, but that's just what we're talking about there. That consideration of if we want to keep the Eye of the Dragon alive, if they do the thingo.
It kills our eye.
But I think if that's 2 cards, we might be better off and have the long game. Is
Okay.
my short-term thinking.
Short terming.
Short timing.
Okay.
Okay.
And then this should heal it as well, which is really good.
Yeah.
And by heal,
No,
he just
no,
means
it's-
put
What's
it out
the-
of targetable
I know it's not
block.
high. I presume it's just like 0 or 1. Yeah.
It's one. Just one.
If they TF, are we
Uh,
going Mr. Sin?
That's awkward.
Is it ever deny on TF? What other spells are there?
What I'm suggesting here is if they're a red card, should we deny? There aren't that many good deny targets. It's like the things you want to deny are either flock to kill like one of your important units, protect one of your important units from a flock, or what we're also thinking about is when we're trying to push for lethal, we want to do an Absolver on Lee Sin, and if they try and kill their own unit with a fervor or a flock, that we can deny that fervor or flock. And so Anymore is like kind of a big proponent of making sure that you're putting enemies in this like checkmate position where you can use the deny to guarantee the lethal. To me, I think that you just use the deny here to keep your board alive if they red card, and that's what we end up
You might
seeing.
need it
And the
for a
other
flip.
deny targets are like flocks. Fervor.
Yeah. Otherwise you Hoko the fervor, but denies like better because you can guarantee a kill.
Yes, he is saying that you can beat fervors with homecoming, but if you're doing it through a Lee Sin kick, you want to use deny so you can actually get the kick through.
What's Leo?
Like-
He's only on like 1.
I think you might be right though, Spidz.
Rarely I am correct, and this seems to be one of those
A
times.
lot of damage this time.
I think it's because this is effectively blocking as much as fervor would be anyway, right?
Yeah.
Now, I just want to pause here for a second for a statement that I'll make in a few minutes. I end up saying that because they don't play Make It Rain here, that they might not have Make It Rain in a future turn. Looking back at it now, I don't know if that's truly correct. If they had Make It Rain, I don't know if they would do it right now. But it's a consideration, and it's something to keep in mind because next turn we end up justifying a certain play based on if they have Make It Rain on it, at least a little bit.
And I like actually killing this with the Absolver.
Killing what with the Absolver? The Navigator with
the
the
2/4?
3/3?
So I think we should do it on the
Even just a
3/3, and then they mentioned,
one,
oh, just do it on the
really.
left 2 unit, and
That
that's
works.
so much more obviously correct.
That works better.
Yeah, good point,
Yeah,
Morpies. It does
Because
work
we
better.
heal.
Yeah.
we
I'm
get
good with
value
that line.
trade.
I think that's a reasonable line.
Yeah. And we block proc play.
Yeah.
And they don't Make It Rain here either, which they probably could have done.
Question is if we want to damage our eye.
I don't know if they would be sandbagging
I don't
for
think-
this long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if they top tick it. I don't know. I haven't been looking at the hand.
Neither. I've been focusing on the game. I should focus on the game though.
No, you're okay.
I'll have you know I'm 4-0. I think I'm better than okay.
I'll have you know I'm also like 4-0. Copium.
Oh, but you're 4-0 like within the games, right? Oh, you're 4-1.
No, I'm 4-1.
I'll have you know I'm 1-3. All right. Interesting.
Now, not attacking with TF here is really interesting. I did not expect this
Okay.
from them.
Blowing. Which means I think it's
do we
just
wanna
this,
trade?
right?
Do we want to lose our eye?
I think
That's like
it's-
what I'm.
I think we're
no.
safe. Are we safe enough? Can we win if we just keep eye around? I guess winning is like a bit bigger than ask, but
So this is so if we don't block here, we're taking 1 damage.
The 1 damage is just because we're healing by 2.
And so if he kills it, we fucking
Yeah, we
block
also
3
get the weapon
damage.
back.
But like, yeah,
I don't think
I
the weapon
don't.
matters. I do want to get Flock out though, maybe.
It can go on the swing.
Do we want Flock out?
But if we leave it on the swing, we're homecoming.
Yeah.
You can make the final decision.
Yeah, I don't think they have Flock, so.
So any decides to block here, say they've got flock, but
And
they probably
before
don't
they
have it.
Flock it.
My only concern was that giving them the overwhelm weapon might be good on Swain. Now Swain level 2 naturally has overwhelm, but Swain level 1 does not, and they haven't leveled up their Swain. And my thinking was that if they put this on their Swain, it could mean that we're forcing our homecomings early when you want to be using homecomings on Levy, and you want to be not like just throwing out homecomings willy-nilly, especially since we don't actually have like the best homecoming targets at the moment. So that's all I was really thinking about with not blocking. Giving them the weapon might be bad. You can also put it on the Twisted Feet, and that might still be annoying because we can't really block Twisted Feet effectively. But we end up deciding to block. They end up not having Flock, which is pretty good for us.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they're gonna have...
Now, whether that decision was correct or not is questionable, but that's what we end up doing. Huh, I've never seen the landmark counter be like that before.
So
Okay, there's a few things we can do here.
I really hope this droning fan sound isn't too bad. Hopefully it won't be there in future.
I don't think we're playing Neeson.
I don't think we are either.
I agree. It's the third
My instincts, my instinct is saying Vestian.
That loses them to Make It Rain, but are we okay with that? I guess it's low odds. It'll hit like either.
If they had Make It Rain, would they have done it after their TF red card?
Probably.
Yeah,
because they have 2 mana, right? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you're right. I think so.
So that's what I was talking about earlier, where we are justifying a play just a little bit by the fact that we didn't think they had Make It Rain. I don't know if that call was technically correct, but we ended up going for it.
I don't know if that's entirely true. I
Oh,
think
wow.
back the last time, maybe they're scared of us buffing with the Momentous or something.
Wow, that was a lot of dead space. Sorry for not talking that bit. I was supposed to cut that out, and I'm not editing this video. Fuck you. So you're just going to see that. Yeah. Whoops.
So we just swing, right?
I was like trying to be hyper aware of not showing the alt tab.
There's actually
But that's
consideration not to, and play our Leeson. Oh, I mean, like, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
aren't we
we'll probably do this
swinging
now.
regardless? Like what?
Yeah.
Like we
You
could
might
definitely
wanna play
play the
out-
lead, but like the swing should always come first.
Yeah.
It depends how we want to. We don't need to Hoko, I guess. That's interesting.
Yeah, and our Hokos right now are really awkward.
Yeah.
Because we lose the fervor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've been like holding these cards, and if it's not Make It Rain, and if it's not anything else,
Then
I'm
it's
like
Levy.
kind of concerned that it's either Levy or fervor as well.
Yeah, this was what I was scared about them putting the overwhelm weapon on.
The next few turns, to me, get pretty confusing and pretty awkward. Now, Enniamor and Moppies are better at playing this sort of Lee Sin deck, and they know when to like threaten lethals and stuff. To me, when I'm playing this, I'm thinking like as long as we like draw into concussives and stuff, and we stun their thing, we'll probably end up winning just through Lee Sin stuff. But around now, something just changes in Moppies' and Enniamor's brain, where they're like, hey, why don't we just go for lethal? And it definitely changes the way that they end up looking at this game from here on out. And I just want you to keep that in mind.
Yeah, but we can literally
By you, I mean whoever's randomly watching this.
tell stones. I mean, they play the Levy afterwards, which is annoying, but
If they play the Levy afterwards, we're still feeling okay. I think. Because like, we get the landmark, we've got the leasing.
Okay, no Levy. That was his top deck.
yeah.
We've got a few choices at the moment. We can play Sonic Wave. We're playing to pop the landmark, but Sonic Wave taps us under Homecoming because it costs 5 mana to Homecoming and 3 mana to Sonic Wave. We can do the Shimon Wind to draw a card and see what we get. And we can just like take this damage if we want, right? And try and go for a lethal next turn, and that's what ends up being the thinking. And there will be a bit of dead space as Morbius, Annie, and I try and think about what's happening on the screen at the moment. Which is why I wanted to mute them, right? So that way I don't have to worry about when there's dead space or not.
Sonic Wave this turn, right?
One thing about Sonic Wave is that
like, are we popping the landmark here?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
But like, what are we getting out of that?
Our best guess is like King
Looking for lethal for next turn.
I think the word lethal.
Are we just
said just like lit a bulb in Eniamo's mind.
We can do that. Yeah.
2 procs, 3 procs. We'll have like if we find Absolver, isn't that lethal?
Yeah. So are we baiting up the fervor then?
Now, by Eniamo saying baiting up the fervor, what he means to say is like when we go in for the swing, we won't have a way to beat fervor from denying the attack. And if we go all in on an attack and they beat our attack, they will just win on the swing back. All right.
Pull the swing, they need to do 2 fervors.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
But I think you guys are operating on another plane of existence than I am. I'm not fully comprehending what's going on.
Sorry for the pause.
We're trying to find lethal right now.
Yeah.
That's the main.
Yeah.
Then are we caring about dealing with a Swain?
Hmm.
I don't even know if we care about dealing with Swain then, right? If we're trying to go for lethal.
Yes, what it's saying is that if we want to go for lethal, we don't need to Homecoming the eye into the Swain, because we're just going to be using like these procs to try and trigger the Lee Sin and try and get the Overwhelm to go into the Nexus Sneak for lethal. In my mind, I'm still thinking like we just want like concussives and stuff to like beat the Lee Sin, but I'm trusting any more and Morbius that going for lethal is the correct line.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah. Are we blocking?
We can always plug it.
Blocking.
Swing, right?
Yeah. No.
In my mind, I wanted to do with a green card and then try and find concussive. But I'm sure you guys know what you're doing.
Hopefully.
We do have to worry about fervor being a lethal fervor.
Yeah. We might need. Okay, hold on. We need 8. How much mana do we need? We need. Okay, hold on. 8, 11. We have 11. This is gonna be 6. So we'll need all of these to actually go for lethal. 9. No, we need one of these. 5, 4. No, we need all of them. Okay. That's fine.
We're running out of time.
Yeah, I know.
Time ends up being a big problem this game.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's okay. We just put the pot on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So putting the pot on for the action trigger, we draw with the green card in our hand.
This is very contingent on us actually finding Absolver.
Yeah.
I mean, we have another draw here right now.
So we've got
Which we
5
do
looks
right
at
now, I
Absolver.
presume?
Yes.
We do this one, yeah.
Yeah, Shimon.
3 from the predict, 1 from the draw, and 1 from the round start draw.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. It's Absolver boss. Oh,
So note that he says
Not proc.
Absolver or
Oh.
Buzz.
Not necessarily.
Oh.
They're always weird.
And I say not necessarily.
Survive.
Now, this right here, without seeing Absolver, is where the call goes a little bit awry and we start getting really concerned that we're just going to lose the set. I think right now we should have taken Concussive Palm. Any more ends up placing Skip out of Fear. Like trying to get the Absolver. I think Concussive Palm's a safer play because I do think we can survive for another few turns. Or at least justify attempting to survive for another few turns, especially since we've got the draws in hand and we've got the health pot or the Ionian Tailstones to be homecoming. But any more ends up clicking Skip to try and get to the Absolver.
Well, sadly, we cannot survive now.
No, I think they're.
Why am I going into castle mode?
Okay, so we
Well, you
need to
think we
now
can
then
still
deal with the
survive?
Swain.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
gotta
we
play
can still
something.
survive. Play something.
I like Hookmas.
Oh fuck, wrong one.
And the timer.
I want to kill it now. That's the thing. Oh no.
And then he tries to kill the
Oh
Swain.
my goodness. Oh my.
But this ends up happening. And this feels
Yikes.
awful. Not being able to
Yeah.
attempt to kill the Swain. Is really,
I really don't want to leave the call right now, but we really want to leave.
Anymore gets a little bit anxious. I will say them replacing their cards is like pretty good for us.
Wow, I even queued it up too.
In just the sense that like if we want to act as a control deck for the next 2 turns, it's really good to have like their cards end up just whittling down more and more and more. So like even if we killed Swain, like they would end up having the 3-1, just replacing nothing. And we still actually have like a relatively decent spot in which that we've got 2 units, we've got the capacity to draw, and we've got the Tailstones. But Anymore is quite frightened, and we're all like a little bit concerned, at least a little.
Sorry, I have to leave. I'm sorry. I really don't want to be like this, but I gotta leave.
Okay.
I don't know what we're doing.
Are we able to bring this back? Just play the Hookmaster and see what happens first of all. Fix them.
I have asked Annie if he's
Play the
okay
one
with me
drop.
hitting
This
this, and he
isn't
said
gone.
yes.
Okay.
I'll ask him again just before it actually goes
Yeah.
up, but I do feel a bit sad that this is how
Yeah,
we
we can
felt.
sort
And this is why I give the context about Annie being tilted. Like, this was not a great position to be in from an
We can
emotional
sort.
perspective, right? But it like happens to all of us. Like I've definitely been in positions like these where I've just wanted to leave when I was streaming. And I can't imagine that pressure anyone was feeling, not only the streamer, but like the person who's got the most reps on this deck. And Aegis is something we all care about quite a bit. So I get his emotionality for it.
Yeah.
We pass.
Yeah, we
Next
can
turn
still
we're
win.
very likely to be trying to.
Wait, we need to play the 1 mana spell still, so we can have flow.
Yeah.
We already had
I
Flame
presume we're
Orbeez,
doing homecoming on
but
the
whatever.
side.
The reason is to level up Lee Sin.
We'll most likely have to.
Yeah.
I actually think it's really better not to play it. There might be
We're okay.
weird meta
Yeah,
reasons
that's
where
so
it's not considering Lee Sin will be
Because
flip
like
no
their
matter what,
hands
and we
have
already
the
have
2
Flare.
cards in it. Like they've been replacing their own units.
Yeah. It might just be units. Okay.
Yeah, I think this was technically a misplay, but whatever.
There's also a line where we
No.
don't immediately homecoming the Swain, and we just block it with
Block with Lee.
put the barrier on Lee, and then
Yeah, that's also a potential.
I
do
like it.
homecomings elsewhere. I don't know what elsewhere is.
Or just help. Again, just help.
Yeah, well, it depends what they hand is. This is further, I presume, or make it rain.
They
Okay,
wanna
that can
level it
literally
up,
only be
probably.
further or make it rain, unless they're self-targeting their floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have to Hoko now?
Right, so we've got an interesting choice here. We can homecoming now, but we lose a unit and they lose a unit, and we end up being able to trade down, but we end up being at like 1 HP post this situation, and we lose our Indian Tailstones. Alternatively, we can take this damage, go to the next turn, and then just use Health Pot to heal our Nexus up, and just block the Swain with our big old Lee Sin dude.
No.
Because they
Why
flip
would-
it, right?
Flipping it means nothing.
Okay, but
anymore.
then
Okay.
how are we living next turn?
Okay.
Alright, this game is really, really tense. I can feel tense watching it.
Okay, that's really good. Oh, that's really, really good.
You're
Okay.
really.
Yeah, we're still in it.
We are one
no,
unit
you,
short at the
which one?
moment,
Yeah.
so
We're
we
all
do
good.
need to find something.
No,
This was a
Okay,
great
that's
top pick.
noping.
that was a top
Yeah,
pick.
let's just nope.
Come here.
Yep.
There's arguments of deep mid
we-
on the stack to try and get
We need
concussive.
We
something.
need to do this now, right?
Yeah, because we get concussive, we get bugged.
You end up getting no concussive, but
But it's
Fuck.
not a
Absolver is
We
lethal.
are dead,
No,
Are we?
aren't we?
we survive it too. At the moment. If we
No,
health
we
pop the
did.
Nexus, we survive it too.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is-
yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
wait. Yeah,
No.
we're fine. Yeah. You're right.
And I think I renewed hope in us by
Alright,
saying
we are
that.
good.
I'm pretty sure we would have done it anyway, but I'm really glad that that was
Block,
looking
Let's
good.
go
yeah,
further.
block,
Just double
yeah,
checking if we can do
block, yeah.
alternative lanes. We might be better off doing homecoming.
Now this is bullshit. For some reason I thought we had 3
No,
HP
no,
instead
No,
of
for now,
the-
homecoming
We
is
can't. We can't. We literally can't.
homecoming literally does not do anything.
Yeah, sorry
Yeah,
Morpies that
we
I get
literally
stuck
can't.
on this. I
No,
thought we
we'll
were at
block
3
something
HP this whole
else
time.
and we'll- okay, but yeah.
No, like there's too many units.
So
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
I just said
We
something
have to go
really
down
smart,
first.
I then followed up with
That's
something
why I was
really
saying
dumb.
we were dead.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
there's-
re-explain that one to me, but okay.
Shut up,
later.
Spidz! Oh my
Hey.
god, it's so obvious. But yeah, 1 HP.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
You're the top.
Oh
Okay.
wait, we win.
Yeah.
Just do it. Pull the 2-2 that hasn't been flagged.
And now they
Yeah.
can't make it
The-
rain
the
or
leaf-
favor, then
the-
I'll
the-
still lethal.
Not the lead, the fucking TF. Yep.
I mean, if they favor, they
And,
like, we don't die.
yeah,
but we
okay.
kill the thing.
Explain
Holy
to me.
shit.
Thank
Explain to me
fuck.
the
Okay.
issue with homecoming.
The issue with
Um,
homecoming is we have 4 units to their 6. We recall one still gets through.
They're still trying to explain this
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, so we survive at 1 hit. Oh, they had 2. We had 2
No.
HP, not 3.
Yeah,
no,
they had-
sorry.
yeah,
Okay,
And
okay.
finally,
Yeah.
I realized
Okay,
my
okay.
absurdity.
Okay.
Okay, we won that somehow. Okay,
Thank
sweet.
thank fuck
Oh,
we
okay.
didn't. Eddie,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
just
So,
make
Yeah.
sure
yeah.
that
I
we're
just-
not going down to the rope. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Breathe in. Breathe out.
Deep breath.
Okay. I would keep these two.
Alright, Blade's Edge and Violent, I like.
Are we sure we're keeping violent?
Sorry?
I'm not the biggest fan of keeping
Yeah.
violent, but I've never played this deck.
It's a very aggressive deck, so we need ways to live.
I don't know. I feel like half of
Yeah,
our
we just
draws
need to
do very
mitigate.
similar things to violent, if not better.
No, not really.
Oh, what I do know is 1 mana 3/2 rear guard on 1. It's very troublesome.
That it is.
It do be troublesome, sure.
Yeah,
we'll
we
see
definitely
what
like
I-
Seraphine.
Play the Blood Queen.
Yeah,
Oh,
especially
very
with a Seraphine top deck.
We get
I just
tricksy.
hope they don't have like. I like.
Do we just Blade's Edge that now?
I think so because then we can also block. And then we have the Discord
Yeah,
up.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
Blade's Edge.
Go for it.
Just like a
And then
pretty
we
stuck
can
tentative.
attack,
No, there are
deal
reasons for like not blade
damage.
edging because you want to keep your mana options up, but yeah.
Seraphine is 1/3 as good as a boring Noxian military man, based on the amount of damage they have. Yeah.
Okay.
Miss.
Now,
fuck
this is a
you.
misplay. And we don't talk about this misplay much, but this misplay actually does do like quite a bit, right? Because there are 2 options. If we're supposed to just stun the 3/2, right? If they attack with Misfortune, we get a really, really, really good trade into Misfortune here. And if they don't attack, we're saving 1 HP and we're keeping our unit on the field. Because if they attack with a 3/2, we're having to block with the 3/2. If we didn't make this block, we would be at a lot more HP. And when we try and kill Misfortune, we would have used the same stuff to kill Misfortune if they don't attack with Misfortune, but we would have the unit and taken less damage. Or we would have just been better off in terms of how the trades work. This misplay does mean quite a bit.
Is it? I think it's the 3/2.
Wait, you should have done it the other way around.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, just slow down the plays. Just
Slow down the plays, but not too slow because we still need the time.
They just deal
So it's sort of
extra
like a
damage.
really tough position that
Yeah.
anyone's in,
Oh.
trying to deal with all this stuff that we're saying.
Just open attack.
Don't we?
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
we kill MF.
So this is what I mean. If we had done it to the other thing, maybe we would have ended up killing MF here, but we would have
Yeah,
had
I think so.
a better unit.
I'm glad that the flight. Yeah, okay, we can do it.
We had a better unit, and because they wouldn't have attacked, right? Attacking there would have been our own.
And then
We would have
we
ended up doing this
play
play
for,
anyway, but at least we would have had the 3-2, and they would have had the 3-2, and we would have one more
Our
HP.
drum
And
set
one more
was really
HP
good
can
too.
definitely matter.
Yeah.
Just remember that we
Especially
could have had
this
one
game,
more
since we're
HP.
playing like a unit.
Yeah.
If we do president, we can afford song spinner next turn.
That is very true.
I don't know what you want to go for.
Like we could get healing off this fan club too.
Yeah, but we
Mhm.
can't play it this turn. Just be wary.
Oh no, I mean when we flip it.
Yeah.
So
What's
if
Seraphine?
we're blocking here,
But
it should be
okay, so
free.
So what if it's what if we do the draw and then we're playing bar next turn into the 7-drop sputtering the turn afterwards? Is that okay or is that worse? I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't think so because we actually want a fan club to
Okay.
get heal. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, then go for it.
Okay.
Drum solo is really
Drum
good.
solo.
Because I like trying to flip out.
Mhm.
It just
Into the 1-1,
block this.
right? That leads us to make it rain a bit more. But...
Yeah. And I don't want to emphasize make it rain because the only way we can win is through sputtering now.
Them getting
We're
the
playing
flight
bar
here
with
was
the
pretty
sputtering,
good to
is that what
us,
we decided?
just because they don't have many units.
No,
we're
I
playing-
think we decided that we're just playing bar sputtering off
Yeah.
rip.
Yeah, we're at very, very low. and
Yeah,
it's
we
not
have
a
to
great
keep this
place to
alive
be
as
in.
well. Like we can't lose the flock, otherwise we lose the game.
There are definitely arguments to try and block, but I think the flock argument is correct. We need to play to win, not just play to not lose.
Okay, healing.
Unspeakable, and it can be doubled if we cast it last, right?
Curse of the
It
Tomb
will
will
be,
double
yeah.
that even more.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
When Moppy says double that even more, I just assume he's talking about the damage at this point. He's talking about the draining as well, which is pretty good from his perspective.
Nuts.
It's okay.
And probably pick a card, right?
Now, Enumore ends up taking pick a card. Unworthy is a better choice. Unworthy is a better choice because next turn, if we pick a card, we're not going to be able to drum solo for 2 mana and draw everything, because we'll be drawing 2 fleeting cards from pick a card. Unworthy also isn't bad. It will prevent like a scout attacker if they develop, right? Because it'll minus it by 4 or minus it by 2 for the whole turn. I think Unworthy is actually pretty good here. Like, sure, we can't proc his condition, but it's better than pick a card, I think, in this spot, genuinely. Just because we really want to be going for like drum solos next turn, and being able to do that on the open attack, I think, is valuable. But there are arguments either way. Pick a cards also just let you draw cards, and that's pretty good sometimes. I disagree with that actually, because to do the second cast, we would need to play one of these cards. So pick a card was more correct. Never mind. Ignore all that. Just be wary.
Yeah, I like picking.
Okay.
So
I mean,
any more
Unworthy
pink
does
there-
nothing, right?
I mean, it
any
can
more-
minus
yeah.
4. Like, it's shatter. It's like the...
Yeah, but
upper
that's
shatter.
at a slow speed, right? So that's not relevant here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick a
OHHC.
card was unfortunately necessary because we really like, even though we can't drum solo
agree,
on our
yes.
open, based
What's
on
your
the amount of cards we'll have,
1 away?
we need it
Everything
just
flips
because
off this one, so we curse
So we
the
curse,
wanna
and
go.
then
2-4.
we kill the
We have to do everything now. Like
And we really want to
We
double up on the
can't
curse of the
pass,
tomb because of
so
Morbius' great point about the
we
double
curse the
drain.
2-4.
I'm
and
just
then
thinking
we'll-
about further, but we can't lose. We're doing the 2-4, right?
Yes, on the 2-4, because it'll double it, and then it'll double the unspeakables, heal us 4. So what do we want to be top decking? Probably a Seraphine, right? Because
Yeah.
Seraphine's
Yeah.
spell is now
Yeah.
flipped.
Alright.
Oh,
So
it's
that'll
fucking
be the
animation.
first. That's the first one that we get, and then the
but we don't
second
get a
one that we'll
second
get.
flip because it was the one that flipped it.
Oh yeah, she's not flipped. She wasn't flipped.
But we get to heal 4
Okay,
here,
so
which
just
is great.
Seraphine's
Now, if they
good.
had further, because the thing takes double damage, it would have killed it, right? It would have done 6 damage to its own unit and 3 different exits. But we're very lucky that they don't have further.
Oh, the drain doubles. Of course.
Yeah, that's what I told. That's what I'm saying.
No, I was just thinking that we
Oh!
didn't do it for damage reasons.
Okay.
That went through.
Any more is pogging. They might not have realized they
And
could
we haven't
further
played
double damage their own unit. But
Yeah,
let's hope
maybe
that they're
not.
smart enough to realize that.
Okay.
Okay, we're just passing.
No, we have played High Note, just remember that.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah,
haven't
we
played-
have. But like it does 2
It's
into
better
1
than
now, which
Mystic,
is
yeah.
the thing. Yeah. Okay.
So we can kill the 2/2 and the... Now these turns onwards are pretty complicated, and there are definitely a lot of alternate lines that we could have chosen. I think we did choose pretty good lines, but there might have been like little minor decisions that could have changed the course of everything. Oh god, Blade's Edge is good.
Disintegrate.
We played Blade already.
Yeah, I don't think we can justify bar this turn.
No,
No.
definitely not.
This turn ends up being pretty wild.
We
This is why I
also-
didn't
wait.
want to pick a pad.
Huh? Why? Aren't we
Why
playing
don't-
these 2 spells on
Yeah,
anyway?
we are playing these
What?
spells.
No,
The
because
twos-
the drum solo is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because he wants to make it so that we've only got 7 cards in hand, including drum solo. So when we play drum solo, we'll have 10 cards in hand.
If it makes sense.
I'm going to ignore you. Just
No, I'm confused.
We
Yeah.
both don't agree
I
any
think
more
we-
simply right here.
Uh,
At least a little bit. It's still correct to do the pick a card, but we weren't thinking about this as a logical thing, but Anymod clearly was.
Do we just kill this stuff?
I think
So here we've got an interesting choice. We can kill Misfortune with like disintegrate stuff, like do High Note on the 2/2 and disintegrate on the Misfortune and do the second half on the Misfortune as well as Blade Edge on the 1/1. But if we do all 3 of these spells, we don't have a contingency plan for Swain. Now we can do the 2 here and the 1 here. We can do the 2 here, the 1 here, and the 1 here, and then just still have contingency plans for Swain. We're going to do stuff with Mystic and stuff. There's a lot of stuff we can do at fast speed while still having this available. I do like at least doing something to the Misfortune here, just so that... Because if we just do High Note on this and this, and we don't do anything else, Drum Solo can't be cast yet, and we have to do this at fast speed in order to cast it.
Without
presume it's
Seraphine?
Mystic, Seraphine, and Blade's Edge, right?
Altogether.
Can we? Are we not just starting with only Seraphine on these 2, or am I like the Seraphine
What
spell?
the
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to kill Misfortune, but okay.
We can still kill Misfortune, but I want to do this first. Because
Yeah, 'cause
why are we
we-
killing Misfortune right now? We get priority action. There's
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be good for it.
getting priority action doesn't matter here as much. That's just the main thing in terms of the Drum Solo.
because we also might need to deal with Swain, so killing MF might not be. So then, how many cards do we have in hand?
8.
Just
Freeze.
click on your deck.
8,
Click on your
8.
deck.
No,
Eight.
so we need to play a card here if we want to draw a drum solo.
That's what I was talking about.
And I think we do, right?
So there's a few options for what we do when we say,
there
well, let's play
any-
a card.
Contribution here?
Sorry, Annie, that we won't contribute.
I'm just worried about a Swain. How are we dealing with Swain?
We're just gonna
Same
top
thing.
deck. Yeah. Literally just top deck, bro. I think this is our best line.
Now
I'll
we
be
don't have to
honest.
play the Blade Jet here. That's the
Alright.
only thing.
If you say so.
Go for it then. Go for it.
No.
No. Go for it. Because yeah, you're right. We have 4 reduced things. We have decent odds to get something to deal with Swain.
If you want, we can just Mystic.
We can
don't-
just Mystic as well. That's probably better,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
Yes, because then we
thanks.
guaranteed have something to deal with Swain. Holy
That's
fuck.
my second
Yeah.
contribution. I feel very proud of that one.
I should get some reps on this deck. If we're gonna be playing this every week, I should play this deck a little.
Yes, Spidz. Play the best deck in
This
the game.
looks like it's probably a fervor.
The top deck, right?
That was
What
the top.
was that?
Right.
Oh,
Make it rain.
oh, it's a make it rain. So he's wanting to flock us. I would assume is the only reason this makes sense here.
Yeah, and we're just
we're ju-
letting this go.
We're
right?
just
yeah,
yeah,
and
we're just
right?
passing.
Yeah.
Pass. Yeah,
It's all-
absolutely.
They're wanting us to tap under ways to kill the thing.
Just gonna put your attention at the timer. We're 1 minute until the fast speed, and they've still got 5 minutes left.
And now if they attack, we just block, right?
Yeah.
We have to keep up the edge as well
Yes.
for Leviathan.
Okay.
That
Oh,
is
that's
actually
so
fine
good
for
for
us.
us. Yeah. We get the
Um,
drum solo.
drum solo, yeah.
Yeah, because we're very likely to draw into like units or spells, I guess. By units, I just mean the 2-drop.
Okay, yeah. Drum solo it up. Holy fuck, that's
We
cringe.
might have
You
to
got three.
be a little wary of the.
Mm,
Okay, I'm gonna pause here for a second. There's a few things we can do, and for the next minute, it'll end up being explained, but I just want to bit it ahead of time. So, they don't have any mana, but they do have the ability to prank. So what I first say is that we should Tricksy Tentacles to get the prank out of their hands so that they don't prank on their open. This is wrong. This is because it is better to do the fast speed spells on the stack, because we're never, like right now, because we're never not doing the fast speed spells in the order that we want to do them, which is just Blade's Edge on the 2-1, Discord on the 2-2. I think if we've not played a spell, if we've not played a weapon, if we have played a weapon, then it's otherwise. We also do the disintegrate, right? So I think we disintegrate, kill the 2-2, we flock this, and we block another thing. We go down to 2 HP. That's my memory of what we end up deciding. I say let's do the Tricksy Tentacle to avoid getting pranked. There's a bit of discussion about, well, what if they just like play a 1-drop or something? I forget what the argument was. But this is wrong. We're okay if they prank us, or even prank the Tricksy Tentacle after they attack, as long as we just do the stuff on the fast speed now, since we're always doing this at the same speed. I hope that makes sense. And we want to keep the Tricksy Tentacle for after they prank, because of like discounting. Like if we can double this card, like a Swain and a Fervor or something, that's like so good for us. I first play Tricksy Tentacle.
yeah.
But just realize that what I say here is wrong. We shouldn't first
don't
play
want them to
Tricksy
prank,
Tentacle.
Yeah.
Well, we can do everything on the stack.
Doesn't matter if you do it on the stack.
He is saying we can Trixie on the stack, but we don't want them to prank.
What if
It-
they have another 1-drop?
They can't play another 1-drop.
Isn't this still happening regardless? Or am I missing something?
Oh, right, because of 2. Yeah. Okay, sure.
We just got the flight there. It would have been the flight plus like Fervor or something, right?
Rank in the
The
flight.
flight.
Oh yeah, we should have known that they have the flight.
Why?
Hand tracking all.
Okay, I'll fix it later.
Yeah. That's dealing on there. Disintegrate.
Other way around.
Oh, wrong way.
Right. What we should have done is just do this on the stack. If they want to prank, like even if they might hit the bar, would be a little sad. But I think we're better off letting them prank, and then we can do the thing and discard the flight and whatever their other card is, because the prank is going to be less valuable than like a Fervor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, what I did was
Although they would have gotten the weapon back. So maybe, just maybe, the Tricksy Tentacle was correct. Just because I think it's better to discard the prank than the weapon? Just in case they prank the landmark? That's interesting. Okay, I hadn't considered that, but I think what we ended up doing was correct. But that had a lot of decisions that you could go for.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Well, what were you saying to do, sorry?
No, I don't think. Okay, Trixie was wrong because we could have just done all this on the stack. They don't have 1-drops. They don't have any mana. So we could have done this after we did this. That way, if they prank, we can discard like Fervor or something. But
I
it's
mean,
okay.
the problem is.
Yeah, but the problem is that he could have pranked us into dying.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, it is correct, fine.
No, because we
Yeah.
just do those spells on the stack before the attack. 'Cause
Right,
we're always
okay, I get
doing
what you...
that every single time.
And then he's telling us to shut up.
Wait, no, because he gets to prank first.
Not if we do it on
Guys,
the
let's
stack.
just focus on the game.
But yeah.
No,
Yeah, let's-
I shouldn't be saying do it on the stack. What I mean is before we give them priority. That's what I mean to be saying. Like before they can even play the prank. But
Not
yeah,
before.
that's what I just wanted to explain all that before we end up in this discussion, because it's kind of confusing.
Just concerted.
Concerted's pretty good here. It's not as good as healing, which is what we really wanted, but Concerted's pretty good. I will mention that Annie says that we didn't get any healing from fan clubs. We did get from Sputtering the heal for, but yeah.
We're running out of time.
We are indeed running out of time.
We just pass, right?
there's the levy.
Okay. So we can actually kill this.
Yep,
Can we?
it's concerted flock, right? That's the way it has to go.
But we do run out of time
No, I
like,
know this
quite a
kills it.
lot.
Oh, just concerted, yeah.
Like the time stuff that happens when this starts going down is really, really pressuring. And playing a long, complicated deck like this is really, really tough to justify sometimes.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Anemo will never kill Anemo.
So we'll be
We'll never not
flocking,
kill
and then
Anemo.
we'll be trying to kill the bro. Are we going to 1? We can't, right?
Query. Could we attack with the 2/2? I guess it leads us into Make It Rain. They may have been able to attack with the 2/2. Then they put the Oedipus on the 1/1? No, it's wrong. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Are we going to 1? We can't, right?
No, I don't think we can. Is it the bar turn?
I think so.
I think so as well.
Well, we can just jump block swing for now.
Make sure we play the rightmost flock, because that one's the one being reduced by the bar. Swain's
Going
flock.
out now.
Okay. Doing what now? Flock there.
This now. Does it matter?
This turn is also quite complicated. Doing the flock now, I think, is correct. There is a question about whether it matters. It probably doesn't. But yeah, this turn just ends up being really, really complicated based on what we want to play around. Whether we should Mystic on the stack so that we can flock the Swain or not is another consideration to have. But it means that we're tapping ourselves under Disintegrate Lines, as well as some other stuff. But it might have been more correct to do a Mystic Shot on the Swain at this moment, at this juncture as well.
Oh no, do we need to do the Mystic Shot now as well, by the way? Isn't the Mystic being doubled up? Or is it relevant?
It's not being disintegrating.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We probably
you
want
can
to
still
treat
pass.
properly as opposed to chump blocking the Swain and Mystic Shotting the 1/1. So I do think it was correct to Mystic Shot the Swain, maybe. However,
what's Swain?
There's a reason why it might not be correct to Mystic Shot the Swain.
It's gonna flip
11.
after another action.
Because of this.
Okay. So
That's game.
I think we Mystic the
Mystic
Swain, and then we
So we
play
didn't
the
need to. We just Mystic
2-drop,
Swain
and
now.
then we flock the Swain, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned 2 moments that I had that were really good. More Pieces now had a moment that was really good, as well as moments beforehand that I didn't comment on. But I really like that we all contributed quite a bit. Obviously, any more contributed because he's the damn pilot. Like, he's doing most of the heavy lifting. And I think a takeaway that I do want to have from this is that we all actually had really good, important moments that maybe we would have seen if the other people weren't there. But just having like all of us working together to figure something out was really, really good.
Okay. Yep. Sure. Messenger. I'm just gonna.
Anymod picks the dog because we don't have much time. Traveler was more correct so we can try and invoke a win condition. The dog can get us into millies, but I think the Traveler was more correct to try and get Sisters or a win condition.
Okay.
We have to play fast.
I think it.
I might need it.
I won't
like.
ask.
I end up trying to shush Morbies. I'm sorry, Morbies.
Yep.
We're just like.
Okay.
Right now, we're having recollections of our previous game where we were having the same thing where we were talking about things and the timer was low and we ended up not attacking with Lee Sin and pulling anything.
This is all just like autopiloting now. We can't waste time.
I was thinking it might have been Traveler because it's the fastest way to get to an actual win corner.
I'm sorry, Morbies.
Yeah.
It's okay, don't worry about it. We need to play. Millie? Yep. We need some sort of healing. Millie is the best.
And no healing, unfortunately.
Entomb or Concerted.
And you've seen the time.
Okay, GG.
We're dead.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was off top tick. I think really well played. That was really close, and we played to our outs a lot. I
end up alt tabbing, so I'm just gonna pause it here. But yeah, that was OCE versus Cast. We ended up losing, obviously. They ended up 2-1-ing us. It was a really tight set, and while there were misplays, such as with the Lee Sin and such as with this game, as I mentioned, if we had 1 more HP, this would have been pretty different. And if we had done that Sentry on turn 3 differently, this is turn 10, and I'm still talking about a turn 3 play, I think we would have been able to win. Now, obviously, they're at 18 and they were at 1, but once you outvalue them a little bit, we should be able to like threaten the capacity to win, especially if we just find healing from another source. Traveler was also probably correct, and there are a few other minor things that we could have done differently, I think. But overall, I think we played this pretty well, and for really difficult decks against a team that's like really, really good, I'm not sad about what happened. They were obviously doing a target Ezreal Sarah lineup because we didn't get Ezreal Sarah through, and it worked, but the games were really, really close. Thank you for watching, and yeah, bye!